Welcome back to Newsmax Now. The Little Sisters of the Poor, an organization of Catholic nuns, continues their appeal of the Obamacare contraception mandate. Their appeal is now headed all the way to the Supreme Court. The group of nuns says compliance with the contraception mandate's waiver provision is against their religion. And joining me right now for more on this is Stephanie Barclay from the Becket Fund for Religious Liberty. She's representing the Little Sisters of the Poor in their ongoing court case. Stephanie, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so the Little Sisters say even having to file that exemption allowed under Obamacare, that even that impedes their right to freedom of religion, and it makes them complicit, they say, in this scheme to provide coverage. Now, just this month, a panel of 3 federal judges said that wasn't necessarily the case. How do you plan on convincing the Supreme Court justices that that is the case?
Well, there's 2 answers to that question. Number 1, what the Little Sisters are being asked to do is a lot more than just file a form. They're being asked to authorize the government to allow them to take over their health plan and essentially force the Little Sisters to help the government in their scheme of handing out contraceptives. And the government has admitted that, like a parasite, its own scheme depends on taking over the Little Sisters plan, and it would have no existence without that. And so that's why the Little Sisters object to what the government is trying to do. Number 2, the 10th Circuit just simply misunderstood the law and frankly ignored the precedent that already exists in the Hobby Lobby case, where the Supreme Court said it's not the job of government bureaucrats to tell someone what does or does not violate their religious belief. That's exactly what the 10th Circuit panel did in this case. They said, don't worry, Little Sisters, helping the government with their contraceptive scheme is not going to violate your faith. It's not going to make you complicit. It's just a minor burden, and we know better than you what the Catholic faith requires. And I don't know about you, John, but for me, if there's a debate about Catholic theology and you've got the Little Sisters of the Poor on one side and government bureaucrats on the other, I'm going to bet my money on the Little Sisters of the Poor.
Well, my aunt is a nun, and I have not won a debate with her, I don't think, ever in my lifetime, including that about why I should be allowed to put my butt on the pew while I'm kneeling. Never won that debate. But let's move on a little bit, because I also want to talk...
Good strategy.
Well, I tried. I also want to talk about a new lawsuit filed today against the Center for Medical Progress and its founder, a guy named David Daladin. Now, this group, that's the one that's been releasing these undercover videos. Even Hillary Clinton says they are disturbing. But according to Reuters, the new lawsuit filed by the National Abortion Federation seeks a court order halting further releases of videos containing names, addresses, and other private information about NAF members, including information drawn from the group's meetings. It also seeks compensatory and punitive damages. I wanted to get your take. It seems like somewhat of a desperate move to try and stop these videos from being released to file this type of lawsuit.
You know, I think there are some interesting things going on with those cases right now. The Little Sisters of the Poor really are trying to stay out of a lot of those fights, and the Becket Fund for Religious Liberty as well. We just focus on the religious liberty fight and what we can do to defend the faith of people of all different types of religion in this country.
All right, fair enough. Stephanie, thank you so much for being with us. Always great to talk to you, and good luck on your court case, and good luck to the Little Sisters of the Poor.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Now, meantime, the media says the media and Donald Trump's critics, I should say he does not have a plan. Well, he does. In fact, he wrote a whole book that he says will make America great again. Excuse me. It's called Time to Get Tough. It outlines Trump's plan to roll back Obama's policies, secure the border, deal with China terrorism, and much more. Newsmax has a free offer for this book. Just go to newsmax.com/Trump book and get your copy. Go online and get Trump's plan directly from the Donald. Excuse me. I'm having a little trouble there with the cough. Meantime, it's time for our Sci-Tech segment. I'll be okay. The World Health Organization, announced today promising new news regarding the Ebola vaccine. Take a listen.
Data so far shows that none of the 2,014 persons vaccinated developed Ebola virus disease after 10 days after vaccination.
That vaccine has been 100% effective during its trial in Guinea. It could help end the outbreak in West Africa. And researchers at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases say they have another vaccine, this one to fight MERS, the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. 36 people have died from the disease during a recent outbreak in South Korea. The new drug has shown promise in both mice and in monkeys. And Facebook engineers say they've built a solar-powered drone to help deliver internet access to remote areas. The aircraft is designed to fly at high altitudes for up to 3 months. It will use lasers to send internet signals to stations on the ground. excuse me again, they began the test flights last year, and now they appear ready to move. And take a look at this rifle made by Tracking Point. It's a computer-assisted weapon. It has an onboard computer that helps guarantee accuracy. The problem is the Wi-Fi through that computer can be hacked. Security experts from Wired demonstrated how they could access the computer and change the target of the bullet without the shooter's knowledge. Well, mark your calendars for next Wednesday. That's the day that you'll get to watch in awe as Lexus displays a new hoverboard. Do we have that video? The technology we were promised back during the second Back to the Future movie. It's called the Lexus Slide. The technology runs on superconductors and magnets to achieve its levitation. It uses liquid nitrogen to cool it off. We're coming right back. We got to look at your global headlines right after this.